All right, hey guys, what is up? Today I have a really fun one for you. I know we've made tacos before, and I love me a Mexican recipe or a Mexican styled recipe. But today we're gonna focus on the best toppings that you can put on your tacos. So we have two different toppings, and then I'll show you how to make those, and then I'll show you how to assemble a taco to make it look beautiful and taste amazing. So the two things that we're going to top it up with is vegan tofu feta, and then also some pickled red onions. I know that I've referenced them before and sent you to a recipe, but I'm going to show you how to make it because both of these things are super easy. All you need is a bit of time. All right, so let's get started. First thing we're going to get onto is our pickled red onion. So what you need obviously is one pretty large red onion. And a couple of jars for each of these items. So yeah, first thing we're gonna do is we need 3/4 of a cup of apple cider vinegar. So we're obviously just gonna use our jars as always to measure this up. So we've got measurements on the side here. So I'm gonna use the rest of this last one. I've got another one here. Just apple cider vinegar from Bragg's. I got a different one this time when I went to the store today, just because it was a bit cheaper. So still organic, whatever. So there's a half mark. So I'm gonna go right into our pot. We're gonna simmer this 3/4 of a cup of that apple cider vinegar. We need a teaspoon of salt. Here we go. You can measure it if you want. I'm just gonna eyeball it. All right. I mean, plus there's already going to be a bit of salt in your taco, whatever kind of taco you're going to have. And then we need a little bit of sugar or sweetener. So we'll use about 1 to 2 tablespoons of this. I have this agave, 100% pure, vegan, blah, blah, blah. Some simple stuff. So that's got a half teaspoon here. All right, there we go. So we use about a tablespoon. I think I said teaspoon. We're gonna use a tablespoon because apple cider vinegar is already kind of sweet. So we'll just turn on the heat. We're gonna let that simmer. We're gonna go ahead and chop up our onion while we're waiting for the apple cider vinegar and salt and sugar to simmer. We don't want it to boil, we just want it to simmer. So keep an eye on it. Make sure it's nice and stirred up. Don't know if you can hear that, but there's a lot of cop cars going by, at least 2. So yeah, if you're new to this, just turn this down. Make sure you peel your onion. Easiest way you're gonna be able to chop it is just cut it in half. You can cut it whole if you're proficient in chopping. If not, cut it in half so that it has some leverage on your cutting board. Cut it fairly thin. We're just gonna put it right in the jar. Those are super spicy on my eyes. These will be some nice strong ones. Then you're gonna wanna cover that with your mixture. Now it looks like it did not cover it. I think this would have covered it in a smaller bowl. However, it didn't. So it looks like we could probably double that recipe one more time. Learn from my mistakes. That's why we're here. Use this one because we're gonna put apple cider vinegar in it anyways. Also, side note, you can use white vinegar, white rice wine vinegar. They'll work just fine. Apple cider vinegar is just a good choice if you want to make it sweeter. All right, so that's simmered. Now we're, for real this time, going to cover the rest of these. Perfect, even a little bit too much, which is fine. If you have more red onions, go ahead and add them. All right, so I actually had another red onion in my fridge, so I just quickly chopped it up and put it in here as to not waste this precious gold liquid, because it's a bit expensive. Anyways, we have to leave this for at least a half an hour. The longer the better. Our next part, our tofu feta, needs to be left for at least 2 hours. So that's fine. These will be even better. Obviously it's hot liquid, so leave it on the counter. Do not put it in your fridge. It will break your fridge and you might just like shatter this glass. So yeah, just leave it on your counter. Next step. So we need a block of tofu. If you get a softer tofu, definitely make sure you squeeze it out. This extra firm stuff isn't as absorbent, so it's okay if you just do a quick squeeze out, but you just take a clean paper towel or dishcloth and just quickly squeeze out any of the excess liquid. I'm gonna put it on the top here and on the bottom and just use my brute force. Squeeze it out a bit. So lemons, lemon squeezer. And again, we can just use the measurements on here. Probably one whole, like, large size lemon. So, and then we need half a cup of water. That's gonna be, all right. Put that there. That's just my drinking water. It's filtered water, in case you're wondering. And then we need half a cup of apple cider vinegar. And a tablespoon of oregano. So I just have this dried oregano. Then you want to just cube up your block of tofu as small as possible. Going back to the pickled onion, you could definitely get away with chopping it with a mandolin if you have one of those. A little bit safer / easier. Don't know if it's safer actually. And the tofu feta is great too, because you can make it with, like, you can use this for this recipe to top off your tacos, which is going to taste amazing, by the way. But you can also use it to make a Greek salad. It would be like literally the main ingredient of your Greek salad. It wouldn't be a recipe with me if I didn't drop something on the floor, or a few things. It looks like those fit perfectly. So and like I said, we want to leave the tofu for at least 2 hours. This can go right in the fridge. Again, please just leave your onions on the counter because the liquid is hot and it'll ruin your fridge or just explode and just be ruined. You don't want that. So yeah, we're gonna leave that for a few hours. I'm gonna make the salsa that I made in a past recipe for also a topping on the tacos, because if you're making tacos, you're going all out. There's just nothing to it other than that. So yeah, if you haven't learned how to make salsa yet from me, I'll put the link up here somewhere. I haven't done that before. But yeah, I'll put the link up there from somewhere and you can check that out and reference it, because it will blow your mind because it tastes so good and so fresh. It's like traveling with your mouth or whatever the hell you want to call it. Anyways, so yeah, and then I'll show you how to assemble these in like 2 hours. So I'll probably come back wearing something else. All right, 2 hours or so has passed, 2 hours and a little bit. So now we're just gonna assemble the tacos. I'm just gonna quickly show you that all these things are quite inexpensive. So I just got like these regular Manny's corn tortillas. They have the least amount of ingredients of the ones that were in the store that I went to. So yeah, they're just that. They're kind of bigger. I got these refried beans. The only ingredients in them are cooked beans, water, and salt. So I just warmed them up in a pot. And then just to top it off, a little bit of pre-cut coleslaw, because then there's like a couple different kinds in there. Instead of like buying like a whole head, which I don't think really would work for me as a single person living by myself. So I can just use this for a salad as well during the week. Anyways, got 3 tortillas here in the pan. We're just gonna warm them up, and then we can build our tortillas with our feta. An option for the tofu, I should say, also is just to crumble up and put it in here, but I like the little cubes better. Yeah. And then I did make the salsa. One add that I did this time, as I didn't do last time, was I cooked the tomatoes in the pan as per my other recipe. But then I put a couple of fresh tomatoes, like uncooked tomatoes, in there just because I like the fresh taste too sometimes, just to mix it up, whatever. But everything else is exactly the same. And these are still, the water's still warm, so that's why I said to keep it on the counter. But obviously after this, since it's like cooled down enough, you can put it in the fridge and store it for, I think, up to a week at least, maybe 2. I'll put that note in the description once I find it out. So yeah, these honestly just need to go in a pan for like a minute just to warm them up. And then we're gonna build these. I guess I'll just move this sort of out of the way. Don't worry, I'll give you a close-up. I know this is kind of like a weird angle here. Okay. So we're just gonna take our refried beans. And obviously I have like, I'm gonna have leftover refried beans. So I'll probably have tacos a few times this week, which really isn't that bad. I feel like for the most part, it's pretty healthy. Protein, lots of fresh ingredients. So yeah, and then I'm just gonna put these in the middle just for crunch. And by these, I mean the coleslaw. It's just dry, by the way. There's nothing else mixed in it. I'm just gonna put the salsa inside. I can just take these out. And yeah, these are like nice and like a pink color now. I don't know if you can see that, but anyways, they're amazing. It's gonna make everything taste perfect. Then I almost forgot about the feta. Can't forget about that. All right. And I'm just putting my hands in. I don't really care. I'm the only one who will be eating this. So there we have it. The best vegan toppings you could have on your tacos. I know it's a bit of a layered recipe video this time around, but yeah, these ingredients can be used for a lot of different recipes throughout the week. I'm personally probably going to end up eating just tacos for dinner all week, and they're pretty healthy for something that tastes so damn good. But yeah, I hope that you like this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification if you want to be notified for the next time my videos come out. And as an extra bonus, I'm gonna leave a clip of a new song from my new band, Glass Chandeliers, that me and my friend Chris made during quarantine. Yeah, so if you want to check that out, it's kind of like a poppy, punk-ish vibe. Probably more pop than it is punk. Anyways, give it a listen. If you like it, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and all that other good stuff. All right, thanks. Bye.